What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Got an opportunity to do a morning stream. I think it's the first time I've done a morning stream in general through the week or weekend, whatever it may be. But I'll chop it up real quick. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions draft, some Antonio Brown talk. We'll talk about the playoff push for the Detroit Pistons as well. But once again, I appreciate everybody for checking in. That who does watch my videos. Continue to share the videos, man, and get the videos out where they need to get. And let's scroll tough, man. But yeah, man, it's a good push going on for the Lions right now. I mean for the Pistons right now. We say them for the end. I'm not gonna say I'm super duper long. Probably an hour or so, if that. But yeah, man, should be interesting for the Lions, man. I think the Lions are in a great, ideal position to get a good player if they can evaluate the right way. I just don't see no way with the amount of talent at number 8 where the Lions will move back and take a tight end or take a tight end. We ain't even got to the DBs, and I think the DBs run this morning. Let me double check. I believe the DBs run this morning. They done everything else. So yeah, defensive backs. So you look at the whole situation, you look at the board. I mean, a guy like Josh Allen could slide for sure. He ran a 4.7 and a 4.64 unofficially, so I don't know what it ended up turning out to be. But I don't really go by 40s, man, like that, man. What I see on tape is that Josh Allen. I'll shut up. Josh Allen is a good football player. He plays faster than plays faster than what he ran. Real talk. He ran plenty slower than I thought, man. He was hella fast on tape, and that's the guy that might fall into the Lions' lap. And I heard somebody say that some of these guys might not fit the Lions scheme. The Lions really don't have a scheme. They like to run that two gap crap. And they have those lesser athletic defensive ends. They got more of those smaller 3-4 defensive ends. But at the end of the day, if you got talent, you find a way to fit the talent on a team. And we see how good Patricia is. How can you pass up on a Montez Sweat if you're there? Say, oh, he doesn't fit our scheme, so we don't draft a Montez Sweat. How do you pass up on a Josh Allen if he falls to you? I don't care what his 40 time is. He can get after the pass rusher, and he got acceleration. He don't have character issues. You know. And you also got the Jawan Taylor from Florida. Who could fall into our lap in the offensive tackle. He's more of a right tackle. So, like I said before, Rashad Gary shooting up draft boards. Ed Oliver is doing good. Dexter Lawrence, he messed his leg up yesterday. Devin White, Derek Bush. Um, like I said before, I was going on Ronaldo too. Aaron Choice was going on. Forget Ghost to Drive Shooter. The game tape tells the truth about a player. And Josh Allen got it. He definitely got it as a football player coming off the edge. Like I said, mature senior, don't have no character issues. I mean, Rashad Gary, hell of a player. I mean, the Lions got the pick of their litter at number 8. It couldn't have felt any better for them, man. They got who. They got they what's on call. They can get whoever they want. It could be an offensive lineman there. It could be forget a tight end. All what the Lions need is there, and then we ain't even got the DBs running today yet. You know what I'm saying? Allen is gonna fall because of that 40. I don't know how far he gonna fall. But he can assume that Devin Kennard position. I mean, Montez Sweat is another guy. The tape, it don't seem like he played that fast, but Montez Sweat is the most impressive guy when I threw the combine and put on the tape. I watched it. Excuse me. I watched the tape. Long kid, great hand play, football player, not an athlete. He's an athletic, but he's a football player first. Very long arms, able to have great hand play. Only guy in the draft that probably got better hand play than him that I've seen so far, and I haven't seen everybody, was Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is the only one I think that had better hand play than him. But he had excellent hand play, excellent patience, excellent dip, excellent power to speed to power to speed, and he's able to, wrap around quarterbacks like an octopus because he's long. You got to find a position for a guy like that. Strong kid, long kid, fast kid, and if you play your cards right, you can drop him into coverage. If you play your cards right, you can drop him into coverage. I like Josh Allen a lot. What I seen on film, but I can't pass up Montez Sweat. I couldn't pass him up, and I think he can shoot up the draft boards. He was the fifth defensive end on NFL.com, but I can't pass him up. You see the Alabama big guy? Yeah, he might go number one. Shit, Quentin Williams. Quentin Williams might go in the top three. I think minimum top five. That he wearing a 4.83. That Quentin Williams may go, but he'll be long gone before he gets to us. He'll be long gone before he get to us. He an animal. I like Ed Oliver too. We should be talking about at six the Lions, Detroit Pistons, not these bum Lions. Well, hey, we be talking about the Pistons in a minute. You can hold on. The Pistons ain't too far behind. They having a good stretch right now, but it's inevitable they probably lose in the first round. It's just the way it may fall. It's not like they're in the West. You see what happened with LeBron when out west. But then more people care. This is a football time more than a basketball time at this point. Because if it was a basketball time, Little Caesars Arena be filled up every night. The Lions been bad for the last forever, and it still fill up every weekend. So talk to the fans of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So talk to the fans of Detroit. Because the Pistons playing in the West, we wouldn't be talking about playoffs. Real talk. Goes to Tribe Shooter, man. The Chicago Bears suck, bro. Trubisky ain't no good quarterback. Y'all not gonna win the division next year. I tell you that right now. Y'all gonna be the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2019. Trubisky gonna be our Blake Bortles. Trubisky gonna be our Blake Bortles. More Detroit fans are more enamored with the draft than they are with the Detroit Pistons. I tell you that right now. All day. Yeah, Chicago sports, you gotta love it. All y'all teams sorry as a motherfucker too. Without Jordan, shit, it'd have been a drought in Chicago, my brother. Without Jordan, y'all, it'd have been a drought. The fucking Cubs sucks. Nobody care about the White Sox. Nobody care about hockey like that. Y'all hockey, Blackhawks suck. Y'all got the dude that was a rapist on y'all team. All bad. NFC North champ, but y'all got eliminated in the first round though, bro. Y'all got eliminated in the first round. Y'all lost in the first round to the Eagles the Eagles of Philadelphia. Y'all lost in the first round at home. So what that is? Y'all went to the playoffs just say I made it. Y'all went to the playoffs just to say I made it. That's the same. That's Lions mentality. We made the playoffs. We made the playoffs, and then got beat up by the fucking Eagles. That was down to their eighth and ninth string cornerbacks. Yeah, I mean, you glorifying doing that. And then when y'all was getting that ass beat, you were nowhere to be found. Ghost of Drive Shooter. Like I said before, when y'all was getting that ass beat, you was nowhere to be found when we was going live. You hit off for 2 or 3 weeks. Coward. Like the Bears good. It ain't been 85 in 85 years. But let's continue talking about the Lions. Like I said before, let's see how Greedy William looked, Murphy looked today, training. But the Lions are in a great position. I mean, I'd be surprised. I mean, I think even Matt Millen can get this pick right. Maybe that's a stretch because you can have Rashawn Gary there, middle linebacker from LSU, White, middle linebacker from Michigan there, Bush. And let's talk about Bush and White. Okay, I want to talk about that. I see somebody, White from LSU said that I think he said Davis would have to come off his number 40 jersey when he got there. And I'm like, one thing that concerned me about the linebacker position is that Bush and White are like 6'1", 6'2". They're the same height of Jerry Davis. They're not really physically big. So, the thing about it is, how they hold up in the NFL at middle linebacker position. the linebackers to be fast, but when you have a defense, especially a linebacker core that's smaller, if your D lineman up front ain't eating up the offensive lineman, and the lineman is getting to the second level, then your smaller linebackers gonna get ate up. That's my problem with it. At least I know if the Lions see CJ Mosley, he's 6'2", 240 something. He's a proven commodity, you know what I'm saying? He's known to stop the run and cover the pass. With White and Bush, it's gonna be a learning curve in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And also you got Davis that'll move to the outside. He already smaller. So your linebacker core is smaller than small. It's fast, but the NFL is trending, it's still trending towards a passing league, right? But now you're getting teams that's running it down your throat now. Now you got the Seattle Seahawks that's running it down your throat. Dallas has found their identity. Um, Chicago will be smart to run it down their throat and take the ball out that bum ass quarterback hand. Same thing in Minnesota. They'd be smart and give it to their running back. So you got some teams out there that's really, really running the ball well. And with smaller linebackers, you get concerned with that. But the thing about it is, are you scared of getting ran down your throat, or do you fear the passing game in the NFL? And I think I might fear the passing game more, because I say I fear the passing game more because that's what everybody doing. And if you got two linebackers that can run, that well, Davis can't cover. We know that. You know, I would trade Davis. If I'm really gonna take Bush or White, I trade Davis. I trade him. At the end of the day, he just don't have no place here. He can't tackle, he can't cover, and that's one of the problems. They keep believing he gonna develop. He is getting better, but at the end of the day, I can't have a 6'1" linebacker out there with another 6'1" linebacker. For me, it don't work. Oh, you good? You ain't got time on Ghost to Drive True. I'm still not I'm not worried about him. I ain't worried about him. Kyle, he good. The Lions need to do is put Devin Kennard as defensive tackle, bring back Miles Killebrew down as linebacker. Kennard can't play defensive tackle; he's too small. Defensive end, you mean? His SNDC. I will not take a linebacker in the first round. Look at those linebackers. Remind me of Jared Davis. It's the same thing exactly. Miles too big to play defensive back. I think it would make. I think he should get cut. Hold on, let me get my laptop charger. I need to charge it before somehow it magically dies. But yeah, like I said before, I would I would I think I would believe in I agree with Hits. I agree with him. No, I won't want a carbon copy of a linebacker I already had. It's just having too many small linebackers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because David was shift to the outside, left they kept Kennard on the other outside, but Kennard is more of a pass rusher guy than a drop guy. And Davis and Bush and White are all the same guy. Now, if I was trading Davis, what's going on? If I was Travis, if I was just trading Davis, you know, yeah, I would consider it. But I think it's too many good options down there than Bush and White. I mean, I think you got the option of Sweat. You might have the option of Allen now. You may have the option as who else you got down there? Juwan Taylor. You may have an option of well, Dexter Lawrence injured himself yesterday, I believe it was. You got a lot of options down there. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take a tight end there. I would take a linebacker for a tight end. But you got, big guy Christian Wilkins from Clemson. I mean, you got Khalil Farrell from Clemson again. Dexter Lawrence, you got Ed Oliver. You ain't gonna talk about Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver kind of reminds people of Aaron Donald, strong kid, great pass rush ability, can play outside, inside. But the Lions, was said that one of the old coaches said the Lions didn't want Aaron Donald because he was too small. But at the end of the day, the Lions don't know their history. I mean, John Randall was a little bit undersized and undrafted. Warren Sapp was undersized. Now Aaron Donald. They could have had Aaron Donald and Dominican Sue, but at the same time, Ed Oliver is in that build. And they don't think he can hold up. But at the end of the day, it will be strengthening a strength because you had Deshaun Hand, you had Damon Snack Harrison down there. You can put Ed Oliver and Deshaun Hand played a lot of defensive end last year too. So you can play all three of them together, or you can rotate them together as well too. So Ed Oliver is another guy. Greedy Williams, I do not believe in Greedy Williams. I don't believe nobody that's 6'3" and 184 pounds. I don't believe technically right now, and I have to do some more tape on him. I don't believe technically right now that he can hold up in the NFL and he could beat out Nevin Lawson and Mike Ford. You know, at the end of the day, I'll go veteran. I'll go veteran cornerback. Young quarterbacks just take too much for them to come and get acclimated. It's only I seen so many Marcus Peters and Marshawn Lattimore's in my day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just my opinion on that. If Greedy Williams is the best player available, he gonna help the Lions. Well, he can help the Lions as well too. Like I said, man, Rashawn Gary is looking like an animal. Um, it's a lot of guys, man. The Lions are actually in a good position this year, and I'd be mad if they did trade out of that position. If Patricia resembles Bill Belichick, he will get a top heavy on D in the first. That's what you got to do. You know, that's what you got to do. I mean, stop putting stuff around Matthew Stafford, and Stafford not going to produce. Give him a defense, give him a good running game, and let's roll out. He said Lawson's the number. Yeah, Mike Ford kind of took over the number 2 spot last year. I like Mike Ford as a developmental player. I like him better than Tabor. I think Tabor and Killebrew should be gone. If Matt Patricia didn't draft Tabor and Killebrew, they'd be gone. The new defensive tackle in the league are small. It's shifting like the NBA did with centers years ago. NBA wanted big husky centers, then went with athletic slim centers. I mean, just looking at it, yeah, Sheldon Richardson looked like he on his way out the league. Um, you know, it's a lot of guys out there, man. You know, Dante Poe, they wore him out in Kansas City. He looked like, you know, he about 2 steps out the league. So it is going towards more small defensive tackle. Even Ndamukong Suh wasn't big fat defensive tackle. And Ndamukong Suh, you know, was really leaned out for a big guy. If that kind of makes sense, kind of seemed like a clash of adjectives. But he was pretty leaned out at defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? Still leaned out. You know, he ain't the biggest, you know, he ain't no Vince Wilfork or nothing like that. And Dominic Sue is leaned out. You know, Aaron Donald is another guy that's short and stubby. You know what I'm saying? Ed Oliver is short and stubby. But he not as big as Donald as far as his stature, but he played with a lot of power, a lot of technique, a lot of speed, and a lot of pass rush. And if you can get you a all pro pass rusher and they can be that, you want to get your best pass rushers in the middle of your defense. That's the fastest way to the quarterback. But you do need edge. You need somebody off the edge as well. But I mean, like I said, you got to pick your litter. Rashawn Gary, Montez Sweat, Ed Oliver. All those 3 guys may be there at number 8. Colin Farrell, Colin Hero, whatever his name is. All these dudes may be there, man. And, you know, you're going to have sleepers too. You're going to have somebody that fall down that was better than what you thought they was going to be. And, you know, you still got the offensive lineman from Alabama, Jonah Williams. He started every game at Alabama, you know, every game. And then, you know, DK Metcalf, he going to rise. He going to rise. Do you think we can get Landon Collins on our squad? I think they don't need Landon Collins. I mean, if they believe in Tracy Walker, that'd be a waste of money. Obviously, Earl Thomas is trying to break the bank. It'll help, but I think the Lions need to focus on getting them a number 2 corner and a middle linebacker in free agency. I think, and it's just too many good young pass rushers to pass up on one of them. But I just think they look at Landon Collins as a necessity. The Patriots do put a lot of emphasis on the cornerback position. So they do put a lot of emphasis on that. So, or the safety position, they like to roll 3 safeties out there. So maybe, you know what I'm saying? It depends on how they feel about Tracy Walker. If they feel like Tracy Walker is ready to play next year, Tracy Walker be the starting cornerback. You probably bring that Nevin Wilson as well, Tavon Wilson, excuse me. If not, you can see them go after a safety this year. If they not sold on you know Tracy Walker, or they not sold on Quadre Diggs' durability, you know, or maybe they want to move Quadre back to the slot. You never know. So I think it's safety in play. I don't think Earl Thomas is in play. I didn't know Earl Thomas, you know, I didn't know Earl Thomas wanted the bag. He wanted to be the highest paid safety, and I think them days is over with. He'd get a reality check out there. But like I say, man, the Lions are in an excellent position. I mean, I mean, even at the top of the draft, you say you look at Nick Bosa, you look at possibly Josh Allen. I think is going to slide. You look at we're not really in the quarterback business, so Murray and Haskins take two picks away, which I don't think we're in the quarterback business, but we could be. But then you got Quentin Williams in there, so you got Bosa and Quentin Williams that you could be missing out on. But then again, your consolation prize could be Jawan Taylor, the offensive tackle from Florida, Rashad Gary, another great player as well. Montez Sweat, that could be another great player. Ed Oliver, that could be another great player. Dexter Lawrence, even though he got the little steroid thing. Khalil Farrell, that's another great player. Devin White. So, at the end of the day, Bush, you got all these different guys, out here that you can really look at and you can have your pick your litter. You can have to pick who you want. So like I said before, don't be surprised you see an offensive lineman being taken for the Lions at some point in the draft. It's just my personal opinion on that. You think Detroit going to go after Trey Flowers because whether they can get Trey Flowers or not, as what they're going to do in draft, they're going to go defensive back or linebacker. I hope they don't go linebacker. There's no linebacker there that fit. And I don't like Trey Flowers, man. I don't like the defensive scheme that Matt Patricia run up front, or I don't like the scheme that the Patriots run up front. These big, slow, plodding defensive linemen that don't really get no pressure. It's a safe defense. I like the Von Millers. I like the DeMarcus Lawrences of the world. I like the Lawrence Taylors of the world. I like the exciting, explosive defensive end of the world. They can get out there and they can make sacks and be impact. And Ziggy Ansah is an impact player when he's healthy. You know, I don't like these big defensive ends and this two gap scheme they run. I like the scheme we ran with Sean Rogers. I like the scheme we ran with Kyle Vanden. What was his old boy name? Came from Tennessee. It was Vanden Bosch, Sue, eventually Fairley, Cliff Averill. I like that scheme. I like them rushing the passer. Not the wide nine though. That shit was garbage. Penn by Sponge was going. I like that. Devin White is the next Ray Lewis. If you're gonna get Devin White, you gotta get rid of Jerry Davis. Davis is too small to be out there with White. Both of them dudes is too small to be out there together. You know what I'm saying? Both of them dudes 6'1". It's just too small. You gotta have bigger linebackers, or you gotta come with bigger defensive linemen. You know, Tulloch was too small. He was too small, stubby. But at the end of the day, he had Levy next to him, and he had Justin Durant next to him at one point, right? And both of Justin Durant and Levy is two bigger linebackers, I believe. They're bigger than 6'1". Maybe they're around that same height. Or maybe the NFL could be changing, but I just don't like the prospects of Davis and White playing together. They just too similar, too small. And I can see teams running the ball down our throat with them. I could be wrong. Yeah, Lions are hard to predict. I definitely agree with that. Um, yeah, Trey Flowers cost too much for 8 sacks a season. He doesn't fit. He fit the scheme. He does fit the scheme. He does fit it. But like I said, 8 sacks, and like I said before, New England plays a very well. Detroit/New England plays a very, very safe defense. In general, they don't. That's why New England don't get a lot of sacks. Everybody do their job. They gap discipline, lane discipline. The linebackers do what they ask to do. It's no flamboyance amongst their defense. No linebackers that fast. And they had Jamie Collins and Dante Hightower. They was pretty good thumpers. But they don't the way we think of defensive line, like we thought with Mayhew and Mayhew, Lewan and them with Sue and them, and pass rush and getting after the passer and ripping the quarterback head off. They ain't like how Patricia and Bill Belichick think. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they might get Trey Flowers, but like I said before, he's safe. You know what I'm saying? He all around defensive end. And Zeke Ansah, when he's healthy, he provides everything: pass rush, run stopping. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, if Montez Sweat there, they'd be fools to pass up on Montez Sweat. Those type of athletes are once in a generational. And I say athletes because he's an athlete and a football player. You know. we have some to do something with our offensive line. TJ Lane Decker really botched last year, and Wick Ragnar. They got Terrell Crosby. I don't know if they feel that he ready. He said White ran a 4.42 and looked smooth at the combine. Davis outside linebacker. He just too small. You got two small linebackers out there. You got two 6'1" linebackers out there. Nero, two 6'1" linebackers. Teams just gonna play power football and run it up the gut. Run defense gonna be suspect. It was getting better last year with Harrison, with Snacks, but it's gonna be suspect. They just too small and too similar. And then Davis can't tackle. He can't cover. You're gonna move him on the outside. He gonna be playing against slot receivers. He gonna be covering tight ends, I believe. Fuck that. Get rid of Davis. If you want to get White, get rid of Davis. Trade his ass. I don't like Davis no way. Get rid of Davis ass. That motherfucker be tying shoes more than he be tackling, man. But let's progress. Let's talk about Antonio Brown. I would not take Antonio Brown, man. I'll tell you that right now. At the end of the day, what he talking about is truth about Ben Roethlisberger probably, and how they treat everybody different. But that ain't no different. Wherever you go in the NFL, the quarterback is gonna get treated like royalty. You know what I'm saying? And basically, they trying to make Antonio Brown a scapegoat, but he not playing the role well. He too much in the public eye. He doing interviews with ESPN. Um, it's not with the Lions. It's not. Look here, the Lions never get Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown get the Lions. The Lions give Packers Steelers say give a 7th-round draft pick. The Lions ain't getting Antonio Brown. For one, they ain't paying him, and two, he not a goody two shoes. The Lions only want goody two shoes. They don't want guys to speak their mind and speak up, and they're gonna tell the truth about Matthew Stafford. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. Antonio Brown come up there and get mad after a while and saying Matthew Stafford is trash. But at the end of the day, he not handling this well. You know what I'm saying? He not handling this well at all. Remember, he 30, 31, 30 years old. He not handling it well. So, why would I want to invite that on my team? And at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford had Calvin Johnson and didn't do nothing. So what the fuck is Antonio Brown gonna do? Excuse my language. What is Antonio Brown gonna bring to line? Nothing. We still not gonna get in the red zone. We still not gonna consistently put up points. And all he gonna do is agitate Matthew Stafford, and Stafford gonna go into a shell. You might need somebody that's gonna light a fire under Stafford, and maybe Antonio Brown can do so. But at the end of the day, like I said before, he just, he don't fit the Lions character goals. He don't fit the Lions character goals. He not a goody two shoes. He got in some trouble. He a hardworking guy. You know what I'm saying? 7th-round draft pick. Mom kicked him out the house early. His stepdad kicked him out the house early. He went house to house, had to go to a JUCO. Then, made his way from a 6th-round draft pick and was, is a great football player on his way to the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all that other stuff that he doing and all that talking that he doing and all that other stuff, man. I don't need football. Like, man, nobody want to deal with that. Real talk. Nobody want to deal with Antonio Brown. Amazing talent. He on the wrong side of 32. I don't think that's going to be the biggest factor. I don't think that's going to be the biggest factor coming down the stretch for him because he stay in shape and it seemed like he good. But this dude coming out with the blonde mustache and talking all that stuff on the shop about Shannon Sharp and this, like, dude, you got to stop. You got to stop. Just shut up and enjoy your off season. He going out his way to assassinate the character of the Pittsburgh Steelers for what? Oh, they do it like this and like. At the end of the day, you can't go out there and assassinate the character of a well-run franchise. Can't do it. Can't do it. You can't go out there and be the king of the franchise. And when you just I mean, you can't go out there and assassinate a franchise like the Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is probably one of the greatest run organizations in football. So they always gonna take the Rooney side. The Rooney's always gonna come out on top. All Antonio Brown can do is get traded somewhere else, ball out, and make Ben Roethlisberger look bad. It make Juju look bad. and say, I'm the one that's taking these double cover. He might fuck around and end up going to a team that didn't have no quarterback. He might end up in Arizona or something like that with Josh Rosen. He might end up with Eli Manning in New York. He might end up with the Jets with Sam Darnold, sorry ass. And then Larry Fitzgerald told him, man, he said, you got it better, you got it good. You need to know you got it good. But sometimes you're just tired of people getting special treatment. Antonio Brown want to be treated like the golden goose, but you can't be treated like a golden goose. This is a quarterback's league, man. It's a quarterback's league, and we already seen it's a white man's league. So the white man is not going to empower Antonio Brown to be the guy over Ben Roethlisberger. It's just not going to happen. If Roethlisberger allegedly raped 1,000 women, it's just never going to be Antonio Brown team. It's never going to be a receivers team. Receivers can pout, shout, and cry all you want to. But without somebody getting you the fucking ball, you're just never going to be the guy. Antonio Brown wants to be the guy. He should have picked a different sport or played quarterback or stayed playing quarterback. I believe he played quarterback in high school. He should have stayed. He should have still been the guy. He said, so GM can disrespect you and you distraction. But at the end of the day, bro, he not playing it well. He not playing it well. PR-wise, he going on here trying to – you can't beat the Steelers organization. Now, had this been the Lions or the sorry-ass Chicago Bears or it had been the Jacksonville Jaguars, yeah, you can't beat the Roonies. You can't beat a franchise that got the tie for the most Super Bowl trophies out there. You ain't going to be able to beat them. All Antonio Brown got to do is go out to another team, ball out, and be good. That's it. Go prove that you was better. And watch Ben Roethlisberger falter without you. You ain't got to go out here and go out your way and do these interviews. He's making himself look bad. You make yourself look bad. You going back and forth with people on Twitter. You going back with back and forth with Emmanuel Sanders. You going back and forth with Shannon Sharp. You going back and forth with that guy. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. You done bleached your beard, blonde, yo, mustache blonde. Dude is weird. Steelers gonna be doing what the Steelers be doing. Steelers gonna be keep being consistent. Antonio Brown don't make or break the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fred Jackson say AB messed up. You can't go on Facebook Live and don't care if it was Detroit Lions a millionaire. It's not being a billionaire. Exactly. So at the end of the day, man, he went on Facebook Live and he get mad at Mike Time. If you don't like your position, it's a lot of different ways you can play that. But trying to beat the Steelers in a PR battle, you just gonna lose. I think the whole interview was to say he wants the 2.5. And about that, I was gonna do a video on my other channel about that, about the 2.5 before I ended off with the Piston talk. Why won't you just say, yeah, I take the 2.5 later, but I kind of want to have a say so where I go? How about negotiate and use leverage? He ain't no smart dude. And we know the Steelers don't value Antonio Brown or value Le'Veon Bell like Ben Roethlisberger. It's gonna come back to bite him in hindsight. I guarantee you that. But like I said before, if Antonio Brown was smart, he'd negotiate. Okay, I take the 2.5 at a later date. I sign off on it, but you need to get this notarized and contract put up that I get to choose where I go, where I have some say so where I go in this league. Because he think he gonna go somewhere else and just automatically ball out. Like if I'm Houston, I'm calling. Real talk. If I'm Houston, and I know I'm a drafted running back, or I know I'm not in the Le'Veon Bell sweepstakes, or if I can afford Le'Veon and him and keep Jadeveon Clowney. If I'm Houston, I'm calling about Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown, Will Fuller, and DeAndre Hopkins. If I'm Houston, I'm calling about Antonio Brown. If I'm the Los Angeles Chargers, I'm calling about Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? If I'm the New Orleans Saints, I'm calling about Antonio Brown. What the Saints got to lose? Their window is now with Drew Brees. They don't have a quarterback behind Drew Brees. What they got to lose? What the Saints got to lose giving up a first round draft pick this year? They got good. They got good. I don't know if they got good defensive, good solid defense. You could build your defense on in the second and later rounds. I believe they did trade a mid-round draft pick for Eli Apple or something like that. What they waiting on? You got Kamara. You probably won't bring back Ingram. You can find another bruiser. You can bring C.J. Anderson in to do the Mark Ingram role for half the price. Shit. They if they smart, New Orleans Saints trying to make a play for Antonio Brown. They window is closing with Drew Brees, and Drew Brees, Brown, Kamara, and you put him with Michael Thomas. I mean, I don't know how the NFL teams think. If I'm Antonio Brown, I ain't trying to get out to the Bay Area with Jimmy Garoppolo. Seem like he a China dog. I want to get out there to New Orleans. I push the 2.5 million on the back burner. I push the 2.5 million on the back burner. Just let me kind of dictate where I go. But let's talk about Detroit Pistons. Yesterday, Detroit Pistons had a very good game versus Toronto Raptors, and I believe they beat the Raptors with Kawhi Leonard already. So they came back the first time I think Kawhi Leonard was playing. And they pretty much the Raptors' daddy right now. You know what I'm saying? Blake Griffin always played well. Andre Drummond always getting in foul trouble, but he played smart last night. If he plays smart like that, he played strong. He played good defense last night down the stretch. Andre Drummond was just as responsible for coming down the stretch as Reggie Jackson and Kennard and some of those guys hitting some good shots and playing well. Andre Drummond's ability to defend Marcus Gasol, defend, getting strong rebounds, and man in the middle. If Andre Drummond is engaged like he was in the fourth quarter of that game last night, coming down the stretch, Andre Drummond be one of the best big men in the league, even without post moves. Because he was strong, rebound the ball strong. He defended the basket strong. But the problem is, Andre Drummond can't put those games together. He can't string them together. He can't even string them in minutes. He plays that type of defense and has that type of toughness in spots. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that for the last 4 or 5 years with Drummond. If Drummond can be consistently tough, consistently gritty, consistently defensively engaged, Detroit Pistons gonna be hard to beat. There's no big man in the East when Drummond playing like that can hold him down. There's no big man out there that can hold him down. Not Tristan Thompson, who's playing amazing from Cavaliers, who got injured. Not Brook Lopez. Not Al Horford. Even Joel Embiid. If he engaged like that, Joel Embiid can't fuck with him. He can't. And then that's just my opinion on that. And it looked like Joel Embiid's career might be coming to an end, to be honest, because I'm hearing that they looking at Joel Embiid and they saying that he pretty much done. They got all these players, Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris and all these dudes today. Forgot Black Lightning came on today, but yeah, glad to come back on. But yeah, I said Tobias. People that watch Black Lightning know what I'm talking about. The thing about it is, like I said before, Joel Embiid is his injuries are bad. So the Philadelphia 76ers and Elton Brand trying to go for it now. And they don't believe Joel Embiid gonna hold up. So, Andre Drummond might not have to deal with Joel Embiid for too much longer. Corey Blue said, man, talk about how long that it was taking to get a shot of an OT. Kyle Lowry was giving them buckets and getting the shot clock violations, weekend shot. Yeah, that was bad, man. Kyle Lowry was coming out on fire and stuff. And that's the guard play. A lot of people looking and saying Reggie Jackson is playing well. And I agree, Reggie Jackson is playing well, but he got to defend better, man. Kyle Lowry is a good player, but he got to defend better. He really do got to defend better, in my opinion. But Luke Kennard, when Luke Kennard is offensively engaged and Reggie Jackson is offensively engaged, the Pistons are a tough team to beat. When they not offensively engaged, and when Lewis Galloway usually don't give him nothing off the bench, and Ish Smith don't give him no points off the bench, Pistons ain't a good team. But when Jackson, Kennard, and Galloway are playing well, Pistons are different. That just tell you where their problems lie. The Pistons' problems lie on the wing. People think everything gonna be okay. The Pistons gonna progress. No, Pistons still need guard play. Reggie Jackson can play like this with Sparks, but it's still not good enough for $18 million a year. Luke Kennard is good. He's still gonna progress, and hopefully he get more consistent. But we need him to play like that every night. Like Blake Griffin show up to play every night. We need Luke Kennard to play up like that every night. I'm still not. I'm not convinced that they got a championship, a playoff caliber backcourt. We need to go out there and find some wings. And like I said before, if it's you got to compromise. You can't just trade Ish Smith, Reggie Jackson, Glenn Robinson, Luke Kennard, and expect to get Damian Lillard or expect to get a Bradley Beal. You got to give up something to get something. It got to be a compromise here. At the end of the day, And I stand on these guns right here, even though they're playing good. At the end of the day, you gotta have to get rid of fucking Drummond or Blake Griffin. You can't have two guys making 50 million. That's almost taking up half your cap. You need guard play. This ain't the 80s or the 90s. The game is not played the same. You need a star guard. You either gonna need Drummond and a star guard like Bradley Beal, or I'm just giving names out. You need a 1-2 punch. You need a Kobe and Shaq. If you're gonna keep Blake Griffin, you need to make Blake Griffin back into being a big guy. Blake Griffin shouldn't be your primary ball handler. You need a star point guard. You need a Damian Lillard, a Jason Kidd, a John Stockton. They need that guard play. Reggie Jackson playing okay, but guess what? He ain't defending his position. Ain't no way Reggie Jackson, 6'5", long, strong, should be letting no small Kyle Lowry cook him. Kyle Lowry was putting Lowry seasoning on Jackson last night. And Kennard can't defend shit, but he can get to a spot and shoot. He need to be more aggressive. He passed up a couple shots last night that I say, shit, ain't nobody else on the damn Pistons gonna get a better shot. Kennard, excuse me, Kennard, you need to turn into a killer. If Luke Kennard was more aggressive, I want Luke Kennard taking 20 shots a night. I need, today the last, I got it on Get Up right now. I don't even know my remote went. My dog over here snoring and shit. I'm tired of looking at his ass. Yeah, I wouldn't say Reggie trash. Reggie is formidable. Reggie is a 6-man at best. We need a starting caliber point guard, man. A young guy, not no Mike Conley, man. We don't need no more old motherfuckers, man. We need a young guard. We need a really, really young guard. And that's what my whole premise about the Lions tanking. The Pistons tanking. You tank to get up in the draft position to get what you need. If they was able to get a Ja Morant, in the draft, or a Cam Reddish, or RJ Barrett or somebody like that in the draft, if they was able to get one of them dudes in the draft, that kind of solves a problem. Get a cheap player that can be your guard. But right now they don't have starting caliber guards, and Luke Kennard not being aggressive enough. Luke Kennard need to be letting that joker fly. Every time Luke Kennard get the ball, either it's, escape dribble, step back, he need to be getting to a spot in the key and shooting that joker. They need to tell Luke Kennard, like, man, shoot that motherfucker, man. Just shoot it. Because he got the best shot on the team. Him and Lewis Galloway. But he does more than Lewis Galloway, because Lewis Galloway is a spot-up shooter. That joker, Kennard, can put it off the dribble. He can score, go to the basket. Luke Kennard should be the leading scorer for the Detroit Pistons. Or behind Blake. He should be behind Blake, excuse me. Hey, what if the Pistons won all the eyes done on everybody? I'm from the D, 8 Mile, baby. They ain't gonna win. I'll tell you that right now. It's too impossible, man. They don't have enough talent to win. Their talent playing better right now with Jackson and Kennard, but really, Reggie Jackson is the biggest key for the Pistons. If he played up to that $18 million, it'd be a wrap. Luke Kennard is a big difference. You need guards in this league, and that's why the Pistons gonna have to make a decision. The Pistons gonna have to make a decision, and they gonna keep Andre Drummond, which they try to trade him, or they don't keep Blake Griffin. There got to be a decision made. Who do you value more? Because you need to go get a guard, and you're not high enough in the draft to get a guard that's gonna come and help you right now. And the Pistons are showing an inability to draft, even though it ain't been Ed Stefanowski. They need a guard that's gonna come in and do well. They need a guard. They need a guard that's gonna come in and a point guard in particularly. But you're not gonna get that guard without trading Drummond and Blake Griffin, unless you just draft good and somebody slide. You know what I'm saying? But you need a guard, man. And they got to make those precautions to get a guard. They don't have no cap money, so you can't get it in free agency. You're not getting Jimmy. You're not getting Kawhi. You're not getting KD. You're not getting Kyrie. You're not getting none of those guys. Yeah, they messed up when they passed on Devon Mitchell for sure. That would have been perfect. They messed up when they took Stanley over Justice Winslow. And they took Stanley over Devin Booker. They messed up when they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie and let Chris Middleton go to Milwaukee. The Pistons had talent, bro. The Pistons had plenty of talent at the guard position. Plenty of talent. They should have traded for the snitch, D'Angelo Russell. It depends on who you get. It's some outlets out there. You don't need a guard. Milwaukee is the best player. It's not a point. Well, Giannis is the point guard. What are you talking about? Eric Bledsoe is a good guard. Malcolm Brogdon was a rookie of the year. That's not true. That's not true. Giannis is the point guard for sure. Giannis is the point guard, and then Eric Bledsoe is a good guard. He just signed a 3-year, 4-year, $70 million extension. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you're talking about. You go to the East, Ben Simmons, Sixers point guard. You know, Pacers with Victor Oladipo healthy. You know, he the primary ball handler. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving, Terry Rozier, Boston. The Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, D'Angelo Russell, Charlotte, Kemba Walker. You know what I'm saying? Orlando, the only one that really don't have a point guard. They ain't even in the playoffs. You go out west, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. You know, James Harden, Oklahoma City, Russell Westbrook. You know, Paul George. You go out to L.A., King of L.A. Gonna be at home for the playoffs though. LeBron James. You know you look at Denver. I mean, you look at Denver. Jamal Murray, Jokic be handling that rock. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you need a ball handler. You need the ball handler. I call him Langston Galloway. Damn, man, I mean Lewis Galloway. I be calling that nigga Langston Galloway. I don't consider Simmons a point guard. He's just a dude, and he the point guard, bro. I mean, you can say whatever you want to. Ben Simmons is the point guard of the 76ers. Who the point guard then? Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. Who the point guard then? Who the point guard? Are you upset they didn't trade our pick now? Are you upset they didn't trade our pick now? That's looking like it will be a late. No, I'm not mad that they didn't trade the pick because I'm happy they didn't trade the pick. That's a good thing because Giannis was the middle of the draft. Rudy Gobert was at the end of the draft. Manu Ginobili was at the end of the draft. Tony Parker was at the end of the draft. Um, he was at the end of the draft. Monte Ellis went in the second round. Draymond Green went in the second round. Isaiah Thomas went deep in the second round. So you can find good players. I believe Dennis Rodman went in the second round. You can always find good talent. It's about evaluating. Clint Capella went late in the first round. It's all about developing. Now the Pistons haven't developed talent, but that's Dwayne Casey's specialty. But Marcus Howard from Marquette should be there. Yeah, it should be. I'm not sure about the college basketball players. It's just boring to me. I can't stand a long shot clock. I used to watch it like a joker. I wait till the tournament time. I do try to catch Michigan and Michigan State games, and that's pretty much about it. I catch some to Kentucky games. Not Kentucky, but Duke. I used to like Kentucky. I don't know who on Kentucky no more. Just because he had a little ball, that don't mean he's a point. He's a point guard, bruh. He's a point guard. Come on, stop it. That motherfucking Ben Simmons the point guard. Stop trying to rationalize that, Fred. Ben Simmons is. Tell me who the point guard then is. JJ Redick, bruh. JJ Redick the point guard. JJ Redick the point guard family. Who the point guard in Philadelphia then? Who the fucking backup point guard in Philadelphia? That's a good question. TJ McCollum, that's their point guard, bro. The motherfucker Ben Simmons the point guard. Stop playing with me. I'm gonna check him out. Your boy trying to tell me Ben Simmons at the point guard. Who the point guard in Philly then? Allen Iverson, going back to '01. I seen they had them old Iverson shoes out. Markel Fultz in Orlando, family. He in Orlando, brother. He got traded. I don't know if you knew that. He got traded. With Shamalot, he got traded to whatever his name. He got traded to LA. He got Clippers. He had 7 threes last night. And the Magic are in the playoffs, and the Magic a good team. They just ain't got no point guard play, bro. You relying on Terrence Ross and Evan Fournier and DJ Augustine. I said, shit, DJ Augustine still in the league? I said, shit. I said, shit, I thought he was gonna be like TJ Ford or some shit, but DJ Augustine still ticking. He's still ticking. Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant is nowhere near nothing like, brother. They ain't nowhere near nothing alike, bro. Yeah, he got traded to Orlando, bro. Hell yeah, he got traded. He ain't played yet, I don't think. Yeah, he got traded to Orlando for like a first. Yeah, that kind of happened kind of low key though. It did. It was a low key little pickup. I thought the Pistons was gonna try to get him, but like I said before, too much uncertainty with his shoulder. They say I heard the stuff going around Philly that he actually hurt his shoulder riding a motorcycle. So maybe that's why some teams shied away. This dude from Central Michigan running a 40. He ran a 4.43. Sean Bunnington. He had a good ass get off though. He had a good get off. He got the best 40 time. He had an excellent get off. I remember TJ Ford from Texas. Yeah, I thought TJ Ford was gonna be dope. I didn't think he was gonna be no all star, but he was just too small. That motherfucker kept getting neck injuries, bro. I ain't never seen nobody get carted off a basketball court more than TJ Ford, bro. No, nobody. They got this one dude from Boston College, Hamp Shivers. He 5'9", 3'8", 169. This Joker better run at 4.35 or less. Let's see what he run. Oh, he said he fell. This motherfucker almost fell out the blocks, bro. This shit funny as hell, bro. Like, damn, I thought he about to tear it up, like run a 4.35. He from Boston College. Do Boston College got good football players, bro? Hey, bro, you call Bola. I call him Bola. I don't be knowing these niggas' names, man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get back to your email, Miss Black. Miss Black, I forgot. I see it right here. But I don't know these motherfuckers. I'm horrible at pronouncing names, especially names that's not of that's not got no American ties or no European ties or whatever the fuck they want to call them. This dude better hurry up and run this 40, bro, because he look fast though. But he from Boston College though, so I don't think Boston College got no speed guy. He lining up like he about to run. Uh, he in a 4.5. Yep, 4.55. You can't be 5'9" unless you're gonna be a nickel corner running a 4.55. Fuck you 5'9" running a 4.55. 4.54 to be exact. Gotta be faster than that. We got another Central Michigan Chippewa out here. Xavier Crawford. I got some people moving across the street. They getting on my nerves. I got to get out of my neighborhood. Loud truck guy, people across the street. I want the Pistons to draft Romeo from Indiana. Indiana used to have a good basketball program. They upset Michigan State the other day. They be getting their ass whooped lately. Trey Young looked like you was good. Looked like he was a good. Oh yeah, he coming together now. He got to build his physical up though, bro. He got to get stronger. Trey Young look like a killer. He looked better than Aiden. Not better than Luca though. He getting there better than Luca. Did you see the quarterback for Buffalo? Oh, Tyree Jackson. Somebody told me about him. I watched, man, that Joker fast. It's a big boy. I don't want to tackle him. It's definitely going for the shoestring tackle. Shoestring, he big boy. They need to draft him. They don't want to put no pressure on Matthew Stafford, bro. We can gave Matthew Stafford so much damn support, bro. So we draft Stafford and had Calvin Johnson, Reggie Bush, 4.5 for Xavier Crawford from West Central. You know what I'm saying? Zach Levine, mad underrated, bro. He just stuck in shitty ass Chicago. I thought Chris Nunn is pretty good too. Who else they got over there in Chicago? Otto Porter, he trash. I mean, I ain't gonna say he trash. He ain't that good. I swear, some of the defensive linemen faster than some of the DBs so far. Man, people act like Stafford never played with no. I mean, you ain't lying, bro. I remember that year he had Joyke Bell and Reggie Bush, but at the end of the year, Joyke Bell and Reggie Bush started fumbling that Joker though. My dog really over here snoring is Lloyd Marketing. Oh yeah, Lloyd Marketing straight. He look like that kid from what's that fat kid from Bad Santa? He like the skinny version of him. Wouldn't be crazy if Stafford played better if he wasn't on the line. He probably would. He probably would play better if he wasn't on the Lions. He probably would be probably be a top 5 quarterback of all time. The Forest just suck. I was reading an article before I get off. I was reading an article where Matt Millen was telling Mr. Ford that he didn't have he didn't know how to run no football team, and basically Mr. Ford said it's okay. Like, dude, this dude telling you he's not qualified, you still gonna hire him? The Lakers, oh man, I be going in on my other channel on the Lakers, man. I like the Lakers, man. I don't like LeBron as a basketball player. We gotta talk about what GQ said about Stafford, what we're trying to do with him all bad. Well, I'm gonna go search that. I ain't see that. King of LA. LeBron, I'm telling you, LeBron was a product of the Eastern Conference, bro. LeBron was a product of the Eastern Conference. He went out west and started getting whooped on. He would have lined and would have dominated. You ain't lying, bro. Motherfucker be out there throwing 80 touchdowns a year. Being John Elway his era. The Lions just got bad luck, bro. We got to get the Forest to sell that team. Once the Forest sell the Lions, they'll do well. I won't mind old boys buying them Dan Gilbert, bro. I wouldn't be mad with Dan Gilbert buying the line. I don't like Dan Gilbert. I don't act like Caracino. That motherfucker be cracking me up, bro. He got all the old man Brian and Brian. Bro, I ain't man. All I'm saying is he went to the West and didn't make the playoffs, bro. I thought my Lakers was gonna make that joker. I like the Lakers because of Magic back in the day. They voted Bob Quinn one of the worst GMs in the league a couple of days ago. They always hating on the Lions though. I wouldn't say he was the worst. I mean, shit. I mean, if Tom Coughlin wasn't worse than him, that list ain't legit. Tom Coughlin signed Blake Bortles to a contract extension. That's the worst move. That's the worst move in the last 10 years, bro. I don't be worried about what nobody else be doing, bro. Real talk. I don't be worried. That nigga just jealous. That's all that shit gotta be. That nigga just jealous. That's the only thing to be. I don't worry about what another motherfucker doing. That nigga just gotta be jealous, bro. Like, dude, what you jealous for? I don't get it though. He more worried about me. I don't worry about him. My other channel is the channel I worry about. Magic Johnson try to buy the team. You ain't lying. Oh man, I'll be kissing Magic Johnson feet. Anybody that bought the Pistons, the Lions. I'd go down there and kiss their fucking feet. They'd be the saviors this time. You know how many people left the Detroit Lions because of the Force, bro? Man, I'd be kissing them motherfucking feet. But like I said, if Tom Coughlin ain't rated worse than Bob Quinn, that list ain't legit. Shit, the Minnesota Vikings, bro. They got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, bro. They gave this nigga a fully guaranteed contract. They got Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, dog, Bob Quinn ain't even made the worst decision. Bob Quinn ain't even the worst decision maker in his own division. Oh yeah, shit. Email me, bro. Email me. Yep. My email in the description. I updated it. Man, that motherfucker. I'm telling you, I can name a few worse GMs than Bob Quinn, bro. And Tom Coughlin, whoever the GM. What's the dude that called the Lions games? I be watching the AFF games. I didn't catch it this weekend though. He bad. He still got Eli Manning there. They trying to trade OD. I wouldn't say he worse than Bob Quinn at this point, but Jerry Jones suck. Who else we got out there? Arizona. I wouldn't hold it against Arizona right now. They trying to bounce back. Um, Tampa Bay. I don't know. Tampa Bay. They got a new GM, so I can't put it on him. But for real, Tom Coughlin the worst one. Cause everybody named Mama know that that homeboy ain't that good. Bob Quinn don't have the power to force tell him who to draft and pick up. Mac Hunt was out there, and we did get them. Oh, you mean didn't get them? Yeah, and I can believe the force tell them who to sign. That's why they signed Matthew Stafford. Bob Quinn didn't want to keep Matthew Stafford. Bob Quinn earned his money with late round draft pick free agent signings after big names are gone. That's what the Lions want. Same thing that Mayu did. That's the Fords, man. That's the Fords. The Fords doing that. Miss Black was right. The Fords is doing that. Matt Millen just sucked. Put Green Bay in it. Well, they got a new GM too, though. Vaughn, they got a new GM too. He tried to go out there and do what I just know that guy's name. Ted, what's his name? Ted Thompson? Whatever his name is, Green Bay, he moved on to another position in the organization. They tried to get Jimmy Graham. They spent some money last year. But Ted Thompson, he was good at drafting though. Ted Thompson was a draft savant. But he was just won't spend no money in free agency. I'm starting to think Linebacker can start in this league can't start in this league unless he gains some weight. He gotta gain some weight. He ain't no Kevin Durant. He ain't playing the finesse position. Don Maker, he gained a little weight, but he got to get stronger. That's a given. Mark McCarthy from the Packers got fired, I think. Yeah, he got fired. He got fired after they lost to Arizona. He just got into it at a high school game. Police had to show up. Bob Quinn and Matthew Stafford, the GM. I can't say that yet. I can't put that on him, man. He came in Detroit. He got the shackles on his hands. Isaiah Johnson from Houston ran a 4.4 flat. Oh shit, Jamil Dean got a 4.31. I don't know who the hell he is. I missed that one. He from Auburn. Makes sense. Hey, I'm gonna say this before I get off, man. Don't it seem like the Michigan front seven is faster than the cornerbacks? Because Rashad Gary ran good, Chase ran good, and Devin Bush ran good. The Michigan got speed. They just ain't got speed in their secondary. I wish the Lions fans could go on a little piece on a piece of a team like the Green Bay. Yeah, it worked. I just want the damn motherfucking Force to be gone. Who you think we gonna get, bro? Hey, I'm getting Montez Sweat. Unless somebody fall like Nick Bosa. I'm getting Montez Sweat. They ain't gonna do it. They might take a tight end. They might take a tight end. I want Montez Sweat. I'll take Josh Allen if he fall, but Montez Sweat is the guy I want. If I ain't Montez Sweat, I like Ed Oliver. I like Jonah Taylor. What his name is from Florida, offensive tackle. I like a couple guys. What happened to Clay Matthews? They started moving him to middle linebacker and shit. They messed his career up. Hell yeah, man, Sweat a motherfucking animal. I ain't looked at Farrell's all his film yet, but I looked at Sweat film, his athletic ability. Hell the fuck yeah. I like Sweat. I gotta look at more Farrell tape. But Sweat, his film backs up. He ain't just no workout warrior. You know, he ain't just gonna work. Nick Bosa not gonna fall. I know Nick Bosa not gonna fall unless he got a physical setback. But Nick Bosa nice. That motherfucker Sweat on film. Sweat strong, good hands, long. But Nick Bosa a different breed, bro. He ain't the fastest. He don't need to be. But Nick Bosa a different breed, bro. Nick Bosa a different breed. Yeah, I gotta look at Farrell, man. I ain't looked at a lot of film of him. Ziggy going to somebody in division. Now Ziggy, ain't nobody gonna pick up Ziggy. He gonna be back. He gonna be a Lion. Watch. Or he gonna take the year off. Sweat, strength, and weight. I like speed guys off the edge. That's who I favor. But I'm not the Lions. I'm not picking the scheme. I like guys that's athletes. I like the Von Millers. I like the Khalil Macks. I like the Lawrence Taylors. I like them dudes off the edge. You know what I'm saying? Even like the Clay Matthews and the Anthony Barrs. I like them dudes off the edge. Julius Peppers. Montez Sweat remind me of Julius Peppers a little bit. Man, they might pick a tight end. They might move back and pick a tight end. Yeah, I'm looking at the DBs right now. Byron Murphy from Washington. It's just I don't trust rookie cornerbacks, man. It's only so many Marshawn Lattimore's and Marcus Peters is out there. It's only so many. I like the athletes off the edge, but I don't like them big, slow ass, heavy ass defensive ends. I just don't like them I like the motherfuckers that just bring a lot of speed off the edge and get sacks. I like them big athletic guys, man. As far as like Trey Flowers, I really don't care for like his style, but like I said, he may work. But I like them athletes off the edge, man. I like them. I like Ed Oliver. I like them athletes in the middle. Sue cop that house in the burbs. You think he coming back? He hate this no. He hate this organization, bro. I doubt it. One of the guys I used to work with a couple years ago, one of his friends said they stayed in the same apartment complex. He go to Michigan guy that ran a 4.47 to DB. Like, where's all this speed at, bro? These Michigan corners don't even be looking that fast. That'd be killing me. Yeah, Sue used to be at like LA Fitness and shit out there in Royal Oak and shit. We used to go out there and lift weights and hoop back in the day. Used to see him. He used to live in the area, Birmingham up the street. Yeah, my one of my friends, they used to live in the same complex as him and shit. Especially the 3-4 and Switchy and Pro Bowl, basically. Especially in the three. Yeah, I mean, shit, even in the 4-3, you had Simeon Rice, Javon Curse. I like them type of dudes, man. That's just athletic freaks of nature off the edge. And Montez, Julius Peppers remind me of them dudes. Williamville's gonna be a late round. They got Williamville going in the third round, bro. He a third or fourth rounder. Now he ran that 4.6, 4.5. He might move up into the second. They run that boring ass scheme at Michigan. Man, that got to be that granddaddy scheme, bro. They got all these athletes, and we was talking shit about them not having enough speed versus Ohio State. They got speed. They got speed. They ain't, I mean, gotta be scheme. Gotta be scheme, man. But yeah, let me run off here, man. I appreciate it, man. I might come back and do another stream tonight, man. It's fun, man. If I could do more of these morning streams, I would, man. But I appreciate everybody, man. Everybody keep holding us down. And everybody that email me or will email me, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I appreciate it, y'all. We gone.